Hey guys, what's up? It's AppleCritics from AppleCritics.com. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the issues with the iOS 14.6 battery life, and I'll just get further in depth and tell you my experience with the battery life on iOS 14.6. So I recently updated to iOS 14.6. On the outside, I just thought it's just a simple update, as I always do. I just decided to update my phone. I went ahead with the update, and then I noticed some major issues with the battery life. So first, I would say do not install iOS 14.6 if you can help yourself. If you want to have a decent battery life, do not update to iOS 14.6, and if you don't want heating issues on your iPhone, don't update to iOS 14.6. Now, there's just a major battery issue now, and Apple just said it would just be with iOS 14.6, you get bug fixes and security updates, and you get a new support for the Apple Card family in the USA and podcast subscriptions, along with those bug fixes, of course. But not only that, iOS 14.6 comes with a major battery life problem and a heat issue. So the iPhone 12 Pro Max, for example, had its battery drain down to 20% and was very warm to the touch when you would use it. Now, if you even try to reboot it and remove all the background apps and background tasks and processes, you still have the same battery drain issue. So from 100%, once it's fully charged and then you unplug it from the charger, it went from 100% to 35%. Believe it or not. So this is just unacceptable from Apple, and it's just not what you think of Apple, especially with the flagship iPhone, for it to drain that fast, and all the other devices just with a simple software update. So this definitely needs to be fixed as soon as possible, and it should definitely be patched. So here we have a tweet about iOS 14.6. So you can see that it says, "Hey Apple, what about testing your iOS update before the general release? iOS 14.6 just set a new record in battery drain and seems to damage battery health as well." So here we have that right there. So you can see how fast that battery is draining with iOS 14.6 installed. And this isn't the only tweet. There's a lot of tweets similar to this talking about the excessive battery drain. Now, other users are also seeing the iOS 14.6 battery drain issues on the iPhone. So if you force close your apps in the background, it will still have that battery drain effect, and just the battery is just still constantly draining. Now, beta testers of iOS 14.6 have also experienced this battery drain issue from RC1 all the way back in April. So it's been present since April, and Apple still didn't fix it from the beta test to the final general public release. So if you're already on iOS 14.6, here are some tips that I have. So the first tip is go into settings. In settings, you're going to go to battery, and then you're going to make sure that low power mode is enabled. So you're just going to make sure that you go ahead and enable low power mode. And you also want to just watch your general usage of your iPhone and see which apps are taking up the most battery, and just be cautious. And just number one, I would say do not install iOS 14.6 if you can help yourself until Apple fixes the existing battery issues. So hopefully you thoroughly enjoyed this video on the iOS 14.6 battery issues. If you did, be sure to smash the like button down below. But most importantly, I'd like to hear your comments about iOS 14.6 down below. So just go ahead and comment about your experience on iOS 14.6. I'll definitely be sure to reply. Be sure to check out all the other videos on my channel. Be sure to like my Facebook fan page at facebook.com/AppleCritics. Follow me on Instagram at AppleCritics. And be sure to also follow me on Twitter at AppleCritics. And be sure to subscribe for more great content. And once again, thanks for watching.